For centuries, classic horror was comfortably domestic. The terrors lived inside haunted houses and crumbling castles. The monsters were securely trapped indoors, while the world outside remained a rational place, watched over by benevolent gods. Then the 20th century arrived. A tidal wave of new mathematics and quantum physics proved that the universe was unimaginably vast, leaving humanity stranded on an infinitesimal speck in a cold, mechanical cosmos. H.P. Lovecraft took this scientific materialism and fused it with ancient mythological dread. He did this by placing his characters in liminal spaces. These are the unsettling thresholds, the sterile hallways, and the in-between rooms that subtly dismantle our illusions of control. He pulled the monster out of the basement and instead exposed the reader to a far worse realization, the infinite, indifferent cosmos pressing right up against the front door. To dismantle our sense of safety, Lovecraft starts by weaponizing the spaces we live in. He uses advanced mathematics to turn ordinary architecture into dimensional portals. Take his story, The Dreams in the Witch House. The protagonist rents an attic room built with slanted, unnatural angles. These are physical shortcuts to higher dimensions. Drawing directly from theoretical physics, Lovecraft suggests that these non-Euclidean geometries literally manipulate the curvature of spacetime. We see a similar structural trap in the music of Erich Zann. The setting is a bizarre, steep street that defies standard geography, leading up to a single high garret window. When the narrator finally looks out that window, he doesn't see the city below. He looks directly into a windless, silent void of infinite space. The structures we build to keep the dark out offer no protection. The walls themselves are mathematically porous. Lovecraft compounds this vulnerability by rewriting classical mythology. He completely erases heaven. Humanity is left stranded on a fragile, razor-thin plane, suspended between a cold cosmos above and a forgotten underworld below. To ensure the reader feels this isolation, he deliberately blurs real geography with his fictional horrors. In The Shadow over Innsmouth, the protagonist begins his journey in a real, grounded American town, which quickly decays into a rotting, isolated seaport, one that is entirely cut off by vast salt marshes. While there, he discovers pieces of exotic jewelry. These artifacts act as physical bridges, human craftsmanship twisted by alien, deeply unsettling proportions. By dropping these threats a short bus ride away from mundane reality, Lovecraft establishes that there are no safe borders left anywhere on Earth. But the final boundary Lovecraft collapses is the one we consider most sacred, our own bodies. When his characters cross these physical thresholds, their biological forms break down. We see this epistemic in-betweenness in Innsmouth, where townsfolk undergo a slow somatic mutation, turning from normal humans into immortal aquatic creatures called deep ones. While the townsfolk of Innsmouth evolve into something deeply alien, other characters experience a rapid evolutionary regression. In The Rats in the Walls, the protagonist descends into a subterranean cavern beneath his ancestral home. As he moves deeper underground, his mind and body devolve into primal, animalistic cannibalism. This physical mutation proves the inescapable truth of his universe. You cannot hide from the cosmic outside, because it is already written into your own flesh. When the walls dissolve, the maps fail, and your own body turns against you, the human mind simply shatters. Lovecraft uses these liminal spaces to strip away the everyday routines and cognitive defenses we rely on to avoid thinking about our own meaninglessness.